Panini has a missing autograph problem, and it's not the first time. Hey, it's Mike. Thanks for tuning back in. So actually, I kind of hate doing videos like this, even though it's really interesting. I think it's an important topic because I've made so many friends in the industry who are LCS owners, breakers, companies that do breaks. But I think it's really important, and I think this underscores how important it is that you do business with these LCSs and reputable breakers instead of just random online companies or buying into breaks on eBay with unknown people. Let's talk about this a little bit. So Dan the Card Man did this video yesterday too on the very same topic. He had a little bit of a different spin. He talked about, and he even called it his tinfoil hat moment. I'm not going to get into that. That's interesting, but not something I'm really interested in. Here's the background. So Firehand Sports Cards on Twitter tweeted that they bought 40 boxes of NBA Prizm 2023-24 at over $900 per box. So they spent roughly $40,000 on NBA Prizm Twitter. NBA Prizm hobby boxes, man. That's a lot of money to be spending on this product. And they're supposed to be two autographs per box on average, which we'll get into. They were missing 20 out of 80. So they got 1.5 autographs per box on average. And that's a pretty good sample size, I would say. If you bought one box and you got one autograph, well, you know, it probably evened out somewhere else, maybe. But in this case, they were missing a quarter of the allotted autographs that they're supposed to get on average. He also had a friend who was missing 12 autographs out of 2 cases. So, you know, this feels like a fairly significant problem here. And then Run Good Life. I'd never watched a Run Good Life video before. I gotta say, I watched this video for the first time. His first video I've ever watched. I get it. He's pretty darn entertaining, even though he mispronounces a lot of names. Like Mac McClung, he pulled 2 Mac McClung cards. It says Mac on the card. He said Max every time. Things like that annoy me in a breaker, but his videos are very entertaining otherwise. And I know nothing about Run Good Life. So if he has some sort of controversy, I haven't heard anything about it. But that always happens. Anytime I mention somebody in comments says, he did this 9 years ago. Okay, so he was missing 7 autographs in 12 boxes. So very similar ratio here. And then he did a personal rip, 1 hobby box, $900+, and was missing both of the autographs. So really he's missing 9 autographs in 13 boxes. That's pretty staggering, if you ask me. It's almost half of the autographs that you're supposed to get. Then somebody named Gabe Stern was missing both autographs in 1 box that he bought. So people started pointing out, well, it's only supposed to be on average. Look at the box, it says 2 autographs per box on average. Yes, but we're talking about literally 50 plus boxes here, and the average is about 1.5. So are there some hot boxes out there where it's just all autographs, which we've seen in Topps before? It's possible, I suppose. Is that really good for the consumer, or is it just good for marketing? And maybe that's all that matters. Maybe that Panini only cares about the marketing, they don't care about the consumer at this point, which is very possible, and certainly they're right. So then you have to ask, if you're buying from let's say DA Card World, is DA Card World going to help you? Are you going to reach out to them and say, hey, I didn't get my autographs? They're going to say, reach out to Panini. If you buy into a break and both autographs are missing, are you out of luck? Some breakers are apparently, reportedly, saying, yes, you are out of luck. It's on average, as reported here in this Twitter post. But getting back to the beginning company here, Firehand Sports Cards, said that they are giving a $50 credit for every missing autograph. And I assume it's randomized, so they're probably just doing a randomizer to pick who gets the $50 credit. That makes sense. I think that's a really decent solution rather than waiting for another box to come in, because they do get boxes to replace them, rather than waiting for another box to come in and hoping that those people buy into it and then you give them an autograph. It wouldn't make any sense whatsoever. I think a $50 credit is a perfectly reasonable solution here. Somebody tweeted, Panini doesn't care because people will keep buying. This is very true. And then somebody else said, I would say it's unacceptable, but it clearly is acceptable since we keep buying from them. And this person's right. This isn't the first year this has happened. This has happened for years. You just Google Panini missing autographs, and the Reddit posts just on Google, you can see go back 4 or 5 years. And I'm sure if I clicked on more Reddit posts, it's going to be even longer than that. Blowout forums, similar thing. You've got 12 years of posts in blowout forums about missing autographs from Panini. It feels to me like it's bigger this year, and maybe this is strictly anecdotal. I don't know yet. It's a little early to tell. And then somebody else tweeted out, I don't know why people care. The autos are stickers of Joey Hauser and Danilo Gallinari. Yeah, Fanatics has exclusives across the board. Just scroll through all the exclusives Fanatics has here. But if we're just looking at NBA, they have exclusives on rookies. We're only talking rookies right now. Scoot Henderson, Victor Wembanyama, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Brandon Miller, Anthony Black, Jarris Walker, Cam Whitmore, Anthony Black, Jet Howard, Jalen Hood-Schifino, Taylor Hendricks, Jordan Hawkins, and Grady Dick. That's 13 rookies. That's all of the big rookies. I'm trying to think of another big rookie that might be missing there. I can't think of. Gigi Jackson is missing. Okay, so you could get a Gigi Jackson Panini autograph. That would be pretty good, actually. But you know, that's 1 out of 14 rookies. Yeah, that's not good. No update from Run Good Life, but Firehand Sports did get a box for each replacement, each missing autograph. So that's really good from Panini. But if you weren't a big breaker, if you're not an LCS, if you're just a regular Joe like me or you, and you go out and buy 1 box, how are you going to get that? You can't just call them and say, hey, I'm missing autographs, and you guaranteed them, because they didn't guarantee them. But if you buy through an LCS, let's say you go to your local card shop and you say, hey, I was missing autographs, and they say, oh, we've had a bunch of customers missing autographs. Maybe they can wield their power to call Panini and say, hey, we had 8 customers missing autographs from their boxes. How do we replace them for them? And then hopefully Panini mails them out, and then that LCS owner gives them to you instead of trying to resell them themselves. If you have a trustworthy LCS, they should. And the vast majority of them would and are trustworthy. That's what I recommend. Same thing with breakers. If you're going to get into a break, make sure you're getting into a break with reputable companies that have policies clearly laid out on how they handle this type of situation. I'm not into buying boxes. I'm not into buying into breaks. But that doesn't mean I'm going to discourage you from doing the same thing. I want you to do what you want to do. I just want you to be careful and understand the risks of what you're getting into and who you're getting into business with. If your LCS is trustworthy, then I would buy from them. If that's your thing, buy from them and then report back to them if you're missing autographs. And ask them for help. I'm sorry if I'm bugging LCS owners, but if I buy from you, I wouldn't want to just be told, hey, go talk to Panini. I would want your help, even if it's just advice on what to say or if there's a form to fill out or how to get it. That would help me if this were me. Also, record your rip. Put it on video so you can point to it and say, hey, I took a video of it. There's proof here. If I were Panini, I wouldn't just replace boxes unless it were recorded. That's just me. Otherwise, people are just going to take advantage. You're going to start seeing YouTubers saying, Panini's replacing cards with no proof. Go call them up and tell them you're missing cards. And then use that video to make a stink. Reach out to your friendly YouTuber. reach out to your LCS, reach out to Panini, make a stink about it to get your autograph. You're not spending $900 for base cards. That's just my guess. You're spending $900 hoping to get some good autographs. That's it. Let me know in comments, are you missing autographs? Are you still buying Panini? I appreciate you guys watching. Have a great day.